Barack Obama knew that there was no foul play and lied about it anyway to try and get a political opponent impeached. This is what they do. They fabricate something, they lie to create so that they can actually use an intellectual fallacy. So the timeline on the Russia collusion hoax, right? This is what this sort of centers on. Let's go back September 12, 2016. The Obama administration, their DHS, concluded that foreign adversaries were in fact not capable of affecting any outcome of the 2016 election. Okay? Then Donald Trump wins in November. Then in December, the DHS under Obama circulated a draft of a presidential briefing confirming that Russia, again, did not affect the election. But Comey, the FBI director, objected, right? And then they never published this based on some, quote, new guidance. The new guidance was a Steele dossier that you guys know about. Yeah. So then on December 9th, Obama met with officials, ordered an assessment of Russian election interference, even after they already had the information that Russia was not capable of interfering in the election. That same day, intelligence officials began leaking information to the media that Russia intervened to help Trump win. In other words, at the same time as those in the know saying, yeah, Russia didn't do this, it's not really actually a possibility, they said, nah, we're going to leak it anyway so that people think Donald Trump is a Russian asset, and that's why it was the story that you heard about for 2 entire years. We also obtained a leaked phone call, since leaking is going around, from a friend who worked in the media back then and had some correspondence with Barack Obama. It seems pretty cut and dry.
I've got new reports suggest Donald Trump colluded with Vladimir Putin and Russia to steal the election.
All right, can anyone corroborate your story?
Well, you can always ask Michelle is my wife.
Okay, well, I don't think your wife, Michael, is a reliable source. Who do you work for?
I work for the American people now.
Look, Mr. President, I know it's you. Just be honest with me. You can remain completely anonymous. It's fine.
All right. Now, fine. Michelle's real name is Mike, but people keep saying Big Mike. It's actually pretty small. Almost like it's not even there. I can fit the whole thing just one cheek.
Your wife is a man?
No. Don't go getting all wee-weed up.
I'll leave the wee-wees to you, sir. Okay? We'll have a report on the Russian interference within an hour.
Is this your cell phone? I'll send you a picture. Did it come through? I can resend it on Wi-Fi.
I gotta go.
It's the new era. Every president is going to have wiener pics.
How exciting.
And then in January, after all this, and it was really clear that Russia could not collude, Russia could not have affected the outcome, January 6, 2017, the Obama administration released a report that Putin tried to sabotage the election for Trump. Again, there's no doubt that they knew it was false. That brings us to another edition of Claim Truth. All right.
That's the new January 6th.
Yeah.
January 6th, 2017. That's the original insurrection,
it's
baby.
It's the original 9/11 sequel.
Yeah, no shamans needed.
9/11 harder. So the first claim they're making right now out there is that Tulsi and President Trump actually, they're misrepresenting what the intelligence community concluded. So if you believe that they concluded there was no, it's actually Trump and Tulsi lying to you.
I think there's a strong chance he's talking about something highlighted by a director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, that refers to an email post-election in 2016 where the member of the intelligence community said the president had directed the intelligence community to come up with a new assessment of how Russia had attempted to use tools to intervene in the 2016 election. So 2 things about that. First of all, that is post-election. That is pre-inauguration, but post-election. So it would not be an election rigging effort.
Okay, here's the truth. They absolutely did what President Trump and Tulsi are saying they did. The report from Tulsi Gabbard on Friday confirmed that before the 2016 election, multiple Obama intel reports concluded unilaterally Russia could not affect the upcoming election. And after the 2016 election, that's when Obama did the about face and said, oh, there could, there could be. It's like, yeah, but was there? There could. So the Comey and Obama administration, they killed this post-election intel report that concluded, and references available for you to go read the full report, please, that Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. election results by conducting malicious cyber activities against election infrastructure. Does that sound like what you heard for 2 years? Did not impact the election. Barack Obama knew this. Barack Obama, Comey, withheld that and told the media, run with it. How many people have you encountered who say, well, I'm scared because Donald Trump is a Russian asset? Here's the next claim that they're going to make. That the Steele dossier, Fusion GPS, right, was not actually the basis for the story that Russia interfered with the election. This comes from CNN. There's no suggestion that the Steele dossier was involved in the crafting of the analysis itself. Here's the truth. Yes, it was, almost entirely. The documents Friday that Tulsi released, they are the ones that point to why the all of a sudden about face on the Russian interference thing, citing further information that came to light after the election, which coincided with the Steele dossier. The only further information that came to light, let's go, before Steele dossier, all information, all intelligence, there's Russia could not and did not. New information, Steele dossier, which we've already gotten into. You can go read a wrap-up on that and why it's corrupt. That's the only new information. Actually, no, wait, maybe Russia did leak it to the press. Here's the next claim that they'll make. They're just trying to drag this out. Tulsi's report, there's nothing new here. That's what they said. Here, Barack Obama responded to the report saying, nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. Here's the truth, complete, total horse shit. Just this morning, Tulsi dropped some more documents proving that Barack Obama was lying. He was lying then, and he's lying now. After the 2016 election, now I'm stuttering like Barack Obama. After the 2016 election, Obama ordered the release of 15 pre-election reports. And the intel community, they said that it, quote, did not meet tradecraft standards. So 3 of those 15 flawed reports were integral to this hoax claim going out there that Putin attempted to help Donald Trump win. He lied. He knowingly lied. He was told, basically, in no uncertain words, from the people who were supposed to provide him with information, yeah, hold on a second. Russia didn't and they couldn't. Don't do that. That would be a lie. And he said, noted. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. And part of what she released today, let me just read just like a really quick part of it. Unlike routine IC analysis, the ICA was a high-profile product ordered by the president, director of senior ICA agency heads, and created by just 5 CIA analysts using one principal drafter. None of that is kosher, especially these reports that we've talked about that they knew already did not meet the standards that they needed to meet to be able to be relied upon.
Right.
They knew that. And this, by the way, led to Donald Trump. They tried to impeach him that year.
Yep.
That's the coup portion of this. Push this out there, try to get him impeached, subvert the will of the people to have President Trump in office.
It's such a snake response, too, when he said the widely accepted result. Widely accepted doesn't mean it's true.
I mean, it's what...
For a long time, it was widely accepted that the Earth was flat. I mean, that's the oldest cliche in the book.
And it's only widely accepted because he lied to the public. So there's a certain portion of the public that accepts it, even though he knowingly lied. Look, you can hate Donald Trump. Let's point to January 6th. There really is no dispute that when January 6th happened and Donald Trump said, make your voices heard peacefully and patriotically, he believed there was foul play in the election. By the way, I still do. I never bought into the Dominion voting machine things because we didn't have evidence. But as far as election interference and mass mail-in voting and votes flipping and districts being corrupt and not being able to verify your votes, there's no doubt that Donald Trump believed there was foul play.
Yeah.
And they tried to say that was treason. Barack Obama knew that there was no foul play and lied about it anyway to try and get a political opponent impeached. This is what they do. They fabricate something, they lie to create so that they can actually use an intellectual fallacy, right? The argument ad populum. They go, no, it's widely believed. Well, it's because you lied. So what you do is you lie, you get it out there so people believe it and go, now where there's smoke, there's fire. You lit the fire. You created the fire. You did it with Russia. You remember peeing prostitutes on the furniture? Remember the N-word tape that never surfaced? You did it with all of the indictments. You did it with the witch hunt so that you could claim, look, he's a felon. You did it with Stormy Daniels. And then you have your lackeys in the media. By the way, they also did it with Joe Rogan. and ivermectin, right? Tried to have him removed. Yep. They've done it with us. All the stuff that you see play out, these scenarios in social media and in television where voices of dissent are silenced, those same tools and mechanisms are used to try and destroy your trust. And by the way, any institutions, well, they demand that you trust the institutions so long as they are in charge.
So long as their narrative is widely accepted.
Yep.
You know what else? It was widely accepted that the Juden were tearing down the fabric of our society.
That's right. They have like sickle cell only for Jews.
And maybe like the lice.
That's right. The sickle cell has sideburns. So he knowingly lied. He knowingly lied to try. If they don't win the election, what they do is they try and eliminate anyone who can. If they can't win on honest footing, and if they can't just outspend, like Kamala Harris, like Hillary Clinton, then it's just lie so that you can set up the game for the next go. That's what they did. We know they did it. It is treason. The man should be convicted, and he probably won't. You know, because no one ever actually really gets convicted, you know, unless you take a walking tour with some face paint in the people's house, as we saw. This has been Claim Truth. And just to be clear, the media, big tech, right, the entertainment industry, they're one and the same with the DNC. That's how you end up with CNN hosts and nightly news broadcasters and Beyonce and influencers at these giant concerts for Kamala Harris when nobody really votes for her. Hey, do you like what you saw? I don't know how, because it's on YouTube and we have to cut all the good parts out. So you should tune in live weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble, where we can still speak freely and even use words like and get and
so.
Whoa. You've been here this whole time?
Yeah. It's not getting.